Welcome to my channel Class Winner by Shri Shyam Books, All India number 1 skill books publisher. Have you ever really stopped to think about how the clothes you're wearing, or maybe the cushions on your couch, go from just an idea to an actual physical thing? Well, today we are going to pull back the curtain on the whole world of product making. We are diving into the essential materials, tools, and processes that bring all these designs to life. Just take a look at this. This is a typical design studio. On one side, you've got all that potential, the rolls of fabric, the crisp paper patterns. And then on the other side, you see the finished product, all ready to go. This space, it's really the bridge between imagination and reality. This is where the magic happens. So that's really the big question we are tackling, isn't it? How do we get from point A, the raw material, to point B, the finished product? Let's dive in and really figure out what it takes to create the fashion and home goods we see and use every single day. Alright, so to kick things off, let's talk about the one invention that completely changed the game. I'm talking about the engine that powers pretty much every stitched product you can think of. That's right, the good old sewing machine. I mean, from the classic manual ones your grandma might have used to today's, super advanced computerized powerhouses, the basic job it does has stayed exactly the same, creating a strong, consistent stitch that literally holds our world together. So let's pop the hood, take a closer look, and really get to know the machine that absolutely revolutionized how we make just about, everything. Okay, I know what you're thinking. At first glance, this diagram might seem a little intense, right? You've got the handwheel, the take-up bar, the presser foot. But here's the thing. At its core, this whole machine is designed to do one single, really elegant task, perfectly syncing up the needle and a shuttle to create a secure stitch over and over and over again. And this right here is the result, the lock stitch. And there's a reason it's the absolute gold standard in making clothes. By perfectly interlocking two threads right in the middle of the fabric, it creates a seam that's not just super strong, but it also looks exactly the same on both sides. And that's absolutely crucial for a clean professional finish. And let's talk about the unsung hero of the lock stitch, the bobbin. This little guy is a small but mighty spool that's hidden underneath the fabric, and it's feeding up that bottom thread. That's the thread that interlocks with the one from the needle to make the whole stitch secure. Seriously, without the bobbin, you just have a long, loose piece of thread going nowhere. And finally, we've got the presser foot. The best way to think of this is like the machine's own gentle hand. It holds the fabric perfectly flat and steady. It works together with these little teeth underneath called feed dogs to guide the material through at a perfectly even pace. That's how you get every single stitch to be nice and uniform. But, as critical as the sewing machine is, it doesn't work alone. Not at all. It's really the centerpiece of a much bigger toolkit that every single maker needs to have a handle on. Let's start with something tiny but incredibly important, the needle. Choosing the right one is everything. A standard sharp needle, perfect for woven fabrics like cotton or denim because it pierces the threads cleanly. But if you try to use that same needle on a stretchy knit fabric, you're going to get a mess of snags and holes. For knits, you need what's called a ballpoint needle. It has a rounded tip that gently pushes the fibers aside instead of cutting right through them. Game changer. And that same level of detail, it absolutely extends to the thread too. A synthetic polyester thread, for instance, has more stretch, which makes it perfect for things like active wear. And here's a great pro tip for you. When you're matching colors, always try to pick a thread that's a shade or two darker than your fabric. It'll blend in way better than a lighter one. But the golden rule, no matter what, always test your stitch on a little scrap piece first. And of course, the maker's toolkit doesn't stop there. I mean, you've got tailor's chalk for marking, a dress form to get that perfect drape and fit. Every single tool has a very specific, very vital role in turning a flat piece of fabric into a 3D product. Okay, so we've met the tools of the trade. Now for the really fun part. Let's see them in action and explore how all this stuff comes together to create the fashion and home products that are all around us. You know, the home fashion industry is just massive. It touches every single part of our lives. We are talking about everything from the duvet cover on your bed to the curtains in your living room, even the oven mitts in your kitchen. It's this huge ecosystem of design that really shapes our personal spaces. And the industry is actually really organized. See, products are usually grouped into what are called lines. So you'll have the bed line, the table line, and so on. This whole structure helps designers create these cohesive collections. And it makes it way easier for us as consumers to coordinate everything in our homes. But of course, making isn't just limited to fabric. We have to talk about another key material in the world of fashion and accessories. And that is the timeless, super durable material, leather. I mean, the versatility of leather and its synthetic alternatives like leatherette is just astounding. It's valued for its toughness and that classic look. It can become a rugged jacket, a chic handbag, or a pair of shoes that'll last forever. And with a growing focus on sustainability, we are seeing more and more high-quality, cruelty-free alternatives that are expanding the creative possibilities even further. So after this whole journey through the tools, the materials, the processes, what's the big takeaway here? What's the one core idea that ties this all together? It really all comes down to this. Good craftsmanship is intentional. It's not just about slapping parts together. Every single choice, the right needle, the right thread, the perfect tension on the stitch, it's a deliberate decision that's all aimed at creating a product that is both beautiful and built to last. And that right there is the heart of it. Behind every single well-made product, from a simple t-shirt to a complicated leather jacket, there is a deep understanding of materials, tools, and process. It's a system of knowledge that's been refined over generations. So I'll leave you with a question. The next time you pick up a piece of clothing or even just glance at the curtains in your room, I want you to take a second and look closer. Really examine the seams. Feel the material. Think about how it was put together. Now that you know a little more about what goes into it, what new details do you notice? What will you appreciate in a whole new light? Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.